Hello, and you're watching the NightSpyder Collector, and today we're going to try something a little different. Just some things going on, some current events I'd like to talk about. First things first, big news from E3 is the Xbox One is now going to be backwards compatible with Xbox 360 games. So, from what I'm told, it's in beta testing, but as they progress, more and more games will become available. Um, this is just something that the industry needed. I really hope that it pushes Sony to do something similar, because right now with Sony, what they're telling you is anytime you email them or even talk to representatives at game stores, they're basically saying, well, you need to subscribe to PlayStation Now. So as it already goes, we're subscribing monthly or yearly to play online, and now, in order to play older games, they want us to spend, I think it's like 30 to 40 bucks for every 3 months, something like that. So they're really taking their franchise for granted. Now, I've always been a Sony guy, but when I hear things like this, it kind of raises my eyebrow, like, whoa, are you serious? Because on the previous generation, my PlayStation 3, I must have spent easily over $300, $400 on all the digital content. At some point prior to the PlayStation 4 release, even when I was going to my local GameStop and I was, discussing this, everyone was informing me, yeah, when you get PlayStation 3 games now, make sure you download them digitally, so when the PlayStation 4 rolls around, you'll be able to download them and still play them. PlayStation 4 rolled around, turns out all that information was false. I don't know where it was coming from, but basically if you want to use your old content, you basically have to have a PS3 and a PS4, which is it's upsetting from especially if you from a consumer perspective, and if you enjoy the product, you feel like you guys are getting all this money out of me, and now you're trying to make me buy stuff twice or subscribe to an unnecessary subscription to do these things. It's ridiculous. I already paid for the product. I should be able to download it and play it. These are essentially just PCs as it is. So when I heard Microsoft was doing that, and I know it's in beta testing, it just blew my mind. I couldn't believe it. I've never really been an Xbox guy. I had the first Xbox, loved it. But as soon as they rolled out with the 360, the thing that really turned me off is the subscription to play online. And now, now that Sony's doing it anyway, it's not to sound too dramatic, but it makes you rethink, like, I wish I could have gone back and done things differently. As bad as that sounds. Because Sony's just, like, milking us at this point. And supposedly how it works is with Microsoft anyway. If you have an Xbox One, as not all games right off the bat are going to be available for backwards compatibility, but it's something like each individual. I heard that each individual game is going to be like they're even going to have some type of update file for it, or some type of small emulator software, so each game will run accordingly on the Xbox One. So as it progresses, more and more titles become available, or maybe eventually once they get the whole formula down, it'll just be just plug and play. But you launch your system, you sign into your account, and then going from there, all the games that are available to download from the 360 will just pop up in your download history. You download it, you're good to go, good to play. If you have that physical copy of the games, it's going to do the same thing. However, it is going to require you to have the disc in while you play. So you can't just like rent or buy games, download it, and then you're good to go. You're still going to be required to use a disc, which I think is fair. That's something I'm just impressed. I feel really, hearing that announcement, I feel really disappointed with Sony. Granted, I love their product, I love their games, but I shouldn't have to, on a regular basis, consider buying the PlayStation 3 again after I sold it, traded it in for the PS4, just so I could go back and play my games that I've purchased. If Microsoft can do it, you guys can do it. So that's the big thing I took away from E3. There's a lot of game announcements, and I don't know. Every time I just find myself disappointed, so I don't waste my time with that part. I haven't seen the Nintendo coverage yet. I also enjoy Nintendo, but I hopefully it'll be on the internet soon. Hopefully I'll be able to see what's going on, because apparently they're working on a lot of third-party titles and upcoming software, which you never know what to believe with them, because they've always kind of, I don't know, they didn't prioritize their third-party developers, and now they don't have many third-party games, always first-party. Their first-party titles are great, but you need that franchise. Like, you'd want. They lost Call of Duty, and Call of Duty's making games for them forever, so they don't have Call of Duty. It'd be nice if they had Destiny, things like that. But hopefully, I don't know. That's a sour subject, because I got the Wii U maybe a year after it came out, and they're already announcing their new hardware. I'm not saying they announced it at E3, but there've been articles where they're like, yeah, I can't remember the code name, but it's in the works, and I'm like, it better come out in like 2017 or 2016, or I'm going to be pretty pissed off about spending $300 on a console that didn't even have a 5-year lifespan. If it's coming out this year or next year, 2016, I'm going to be not a happy camper, man. Anyway, what day is it today? It's Wednesday, so 4 more days, I think. Yeah, maybe 3. Father's Day is right around the corner. Just some thoughts, some advice nobody asked for, but if you are a gamer, if you're a collector like myself, Transformers, Marvel, PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox, it's hard to communicate. If you get gifts, not everybody does the gift thing for Father's Day. It's hard to communicate what you may want. So sometimes it's best if you have a girlfriend, you have a spouse, maybe it's your son, or whatever the case may be. I find it best to just straight up make a list, or tell them what you're into, or tell them what you want. Or you're gonna get stuff that you're like, I'm not into this. What am I gonna do with this? And for those of you, if women out there listening, know your man. If you know him, get him something he's going to like. Don't get him something you want him to like, or something you want him to want. Get him something that's really going to light up his face and put a smile on his face, to show that you pay attention and you care about his interests. Just how women want men to do the same for them. They want them to pay attention and know what they're interested in, get that right gift that makes them special. Do the same thing for us guys, man. Trust me, we'll appreciate a video game. Or I tell you what, my wife nailed it. She got me a Transformer, like a $50 Leader Class Transformer for Father's Day in advance, and I can still remember the first video game she ever bought me. It was like Alice Madness Returns or something. So just, some advice. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Subscribe, like the video, share. Peace. Have a good day.